Welcome. We are creating a SaaS on top of our free, open-source catalog administration software for music publishers. In my last video, linked above, I explained how we came up with our pricing plan, and that we will have 3 tiers, all with significantly more features than the free, open-source version. But, could we offer the first paid tier with exactly the same features as the open-source version? Would companies pay for even less features? Counterintuitively, the answer is a very clear yes. Let me make one thing clear. DMP was made open source over 2 years ago. We have no way to track how many publishers are actually using or have tested it. It is free software, and an important part of this freedom is anonymity. We do know about some of them in various ways, but we have no way to estimate if they are a large or a small fraction of the total number. We can only talk about needs and requirements of those we know about. Most of them have contacted us after they have tested DMP for a while and had questions. Only since January 2020, about 6 months ago, we started following these numbers with more care. We can separate those we have talked to into 3 main groups. Those who wanted more features, those who found the features sufficient, but had some concerns, and those who have used DMP and had some questions about its use, or just said thanks. Most of the features the first group requested are included in our new tiers. We will be dealing with them throughout this season. But, what the second group made clear is that they wanted support and continuity. We were very tempted to provide paid support for DMP users, but this turned out to be too complicated. And, it seems that free software means very little to most music publishers. It became clear that they would prefer commercial service. Some of DMP features are absolutely useless for most of them, like JSON exports or CWR 3.0 registrations. We are removing them in the SaaS. We could remove even more features and still sell. However, we chose not to. Here is why. We want our message to be very clear. DMP is the first thing you should try out. If you want more, regardless if it's more features or support, or continuity, whatever it means, then use our SaaS. We will migrate your DMP data. It's included. The second thing is that we believe in well-rounded products. DMP has a precisely defined scope. Single controlled publisher, single manuscript share model. We believe the SaaS tier is well-rounded and simply defined as well. No data about non-controlled publishers. Single manuscript share model. Just as simple, right? Well, realistically, there are other limitations to the scope, but they are natural consequences of these two. We get a lot of questions about this one. We have covered this in several places, but this is important and obviously confusing, so here it goes again. All metadata about a musical work can be divided into immutable data, authoritative publishing data, non-authoritative publishing data and additional data. Immutable data is the data that never changes, and it includes the work title and all writers and their roles. Note that the writer data must contain one of the IPI numbers. Authoritative publishing data includes information about shares for all writers, all controlled original publishers, their administrators, if they have them, and their sub-publishers, including all shares for these publishers. Non-authoritative publishing data would include data about other, non-controlled publishers. It is not required, nor really relevant. And, it is not your job to keep track of it. So, what we argue is, don't. Additional data is everything else. Alternate titles, recordings, performers, etc. While it is also optional, this data is very important for various reasons, most notably related to royalty distribution. Include as much data as you have. I think I answered this one, but let me recap, and even generalize. If you are considering implementing music catalog administration software into your workflow, you should start with DMP. It can be deployed in under 5 minutes without any technical skills. It has great documentation and is covered in many videos, most notably in our DMP and music publishing series. If you need more features or support, then use our SaaS. Or anything else. Here is our SaaS series from the beginning. And our Basics series. Please share with music publishing professionals who might benefit from it. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.